only could publish this part after President Suharto fell down, and I have to wait about 16 years, I think, until Suharto fell down, and this published firstly in the Honolulu University Press in America. So Indonesia published it later. I think it's not very good, I think.
Only in 2003.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is very personal because you personally witnessed executions of people in '65.
Yes, it's very, very dangerous experience, and it's make me very hurt very much, because I don't understand why it can be happen in my nation, killing person easily like that, and it's I can agree it, because I think it's not true. And the film that told about the killing is not as cruel as what I see in my real experience.
This film of this young man Oppenheimer that was recently on YouTube, even a small part. Perhaps you...
Yes, there is a documentary which is called The Act of Killing, and it's a very interesting story which depicts two perpetrators, two killers, and follows them around for 7 years. And they show how they killed people, where they killed people. They even reenact interrogations, and it's a very open documentary, which was a real eye-opener for lots of people in Indonesia, because they have no idea what happened in '65. All they know is the propaganda that Suharto regime made them watch every 30 September, I think. It's a 3-hour movie in which communists are depicted as animals, and it was only a good thing to get rid of them. And this Oppenheimer, he managed to find two killers who were really willing to talk about it. In the beginning, they're even proud of what they did. They are saying, we did it in a good way. We just found even ways to kill them, so it didn't hurt so much. So they were really apologizing, or they had all kinds of apologies for themselves, not to feel themselves as criminals.
Advocated cleaner killing.
Cleaner
so not the
killing.
mess of simple murdering, but just cleaning with a little threat.
Yes.
Like a gas chamber is also a cleaner way of killing than suffocating people with other ways. Yeah.
Okay, but I'll say that I wrote this book because I love very much Indonesia. Indonesia as a nation or a state, I love it. I love Indonesia very much. So I have to make this as responsibility as eyewitness. Not because I hate Indonesia or Suharto or no. I love Indonesia and love humanity. So I have to read this book.
Now, well, that's perhaps the great thing about this book, and that's why I'm here, to pay tribute to that book. Because it's told with a very soft voice, but you understand all the people. You even understand the perpetrators, even the so-called wicked people. You understand their anger because they are the have-nots, and they are filled with jealousy because of the people who are very rich and like to show off their richness. For us, I had quite some difficulty to get into the book, simply that it was difficult for me to find this time to relax and to sit down and to enter into this other world, because it's a slow way of telling a story. Once you're there, you're captured. It took me, I read it for 5 days, I was in another world. Thank you very much for that. It's an absolutely fantastic book, but if you do it, detach yourself, plug out all your iPhones, iPads, and the whole fucking digital world, and make that, read that book. But it's, I like that soft transfer because you're not a judge. You're just a very human voice.
You're part of the story, actually, also, and then it also reminds the pace of the story is also a little bit reminding me of the pace of the Indonesian way of telling stories, which you have in the wayang or whatever.
But then I was so amazed about the fact that this cruelty somehow you think when you're in Indonesia, these are the most loveliest people I ever met in my life. They smile, their fathers are so kind with their children. But then this cruelty, this tremendous cruelty, you describe it in your book. How can I combine these two? Or is it just human?
Yes, it's a very important question. But yes, I have tried to answer it, but never. It's something that very hard to explain.
Yeah, but now you're here, you have to.
Indonesian is Indonesian is what? Sopan.
Polite.
He's polite man, but suddenly he was very cruel.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe I have to think that in ancient time the king of Mataram ruled like that too. So I think it's ruled in a very long time.
What did the king do? Just chop off few heads.
Yeah. For example, I read in the history that a sultan, I cannot say his name, killed his son-in-law in front of public by crushing his head to the stone. I think it's something like that happened again in 1965.
This is explosion of violence, but is it the same as the small explosions of violence you see nowadays in Indonesia? The rampok, rusuh, when people because if there's a demonstration, they always
And
like to
I don't
destroy.
like it happen again. Never again.